Hi, this is Mr. Samir. Our lesson today is Introduction to Integers. What integers? Integers, guys, are the whole numbers and their opposite. To define here the integers, we will draw the number line. At the middle, we have 0. To its right, we have the positive integers. The positive integers are what? Are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. To the left, we have negative integers. Negative integers is what? Or are what, guys? Are negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. If we have here the profit is $4, it means what, guys? It means positive 4. But the negative integers, if we have the loss is $4, it means what, guys? It means negative 4. We can divide the integers into 3 sets. The first set is 0 set. The second set, guys, is positive integers. Positive integers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. The negative integers are negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 5, and so on. Now, integers contains 3 sets. 0 set, positive integers, and negative integers. Write each as an integer. The first one, guys, loss of $5 means what? Means negative 5. Profit of $10 means positive 10. 7 degrees cooler. Cooler means what? Means sub-zero. Now we have negative 7. 3 floors up. Up means positive. So it's called positive 3. 7 meters forward means plus 7 or positive 7. 10 meters backward, guys. Backward, guys, means back. So negative 10. Withdrawal of $200 means what? Means negative 200. Follow order of integers. We studied before that all integers are ordered from left to right, from least to greatest. For example, 4 is less than 5. So 4 is before 5 on the number line. We can say in other words that 5 comes after 4. For an example, negative 7 is greater than negative 8. We can say that negative 7 is after negative 8 on the number line. Or negative 8 comes before what, guys? Before negative 7 on the number line. Because negative 8 is less than negative 7. Don't forget. Now ask yourself what the integer before and after. If we have a set of integers negative 8, negative 13, negative 1, 0. The integer before negative 8 is what, guys? Is what? Is negative 9, because there's negative 9 at the left of negative 8. What about the after? The after is negative 7. Negative 13 before negative 13 is what? Is a number here is less than negative 13. So the number is negative 14. After it, that the number is greater than negative 13, it will be negative 12. Next, negative 1. Before it, we have negative 2, and after it, we have here 0. What about 0? 0 is lying between here negative 1 and 1. So before 0, we have negative 1. After 0, we have 1. Next, comparing and ordering integers. We studied before the set of integers on the number line. The main idea of comparing and ordering integers is integers are ordered from least to greatest, from left to right. This is the main idea. We will take some notes. For example, 5 is greater than negative 4. Ask yourself, 5 is positive and negative 4 is negative number. So, generally we can say that the positive integer is greater than any negative integer. Next, 0 is greater than negative 1. We can say generally that 0 is greater than any negative integer. We can say that 0 is less than 1. Generally, 0 is less than any positive integer. But if we have negative 6 is less than negative 4. Why, guys? We studied before. Because negative 6 is lying at the left of negative 4, or negative 6 is before negative 4 on the number line. So negative 6 is lying at the left of negative 4. We can say that negative 6 is less than negative 4. Next, choose the greatest integer. The first set, guys, -1, 0, -7. We studied before that 0 is greater than any negative integer. So the greatest one is 0. Next, 7, -13, and 0. We studied before that the positive integer is greater than 0. And the positive integer is greater than any negative integer. So the greatest one here is 7. Next, -50, -3, and -65. The greatest one, guys, here is -3. Why? Because -50 and -65 are lying at the left of -3 on the number line. The last set, guys, 5, -80, -75. The greatest one is 5 because we studied before that the positive integer generally is greater than the negative integers. We have -80 and -75 are what, guys? Are negative integers. We will remember some notes. The first note is 0 is greater than any negative integer and less than any positive integer. Next, the greatest negative integer is what, guys? Yes, is -1, and the smallest positive integer is what? Is 1. You can take an example. Compare using greater than or smaller than. The first set, guys, -7 and -3. -7, guys, is what, guys? Is less than -3 because -7 at the left of -3 on the number line. 0 is greater than any negative integer, so 0 is greater than -10. -1 is the greatest negative integer, so we will write greater than. So -1 is greater than -100. 5 is greater than 0 because any positive integer is greater than 0. 1 is greater than -12. We studied before that the any positive integer is greater than any negative integer. 65 finally is less than 85. Why, guys? Because 65 is lying at the left of 85 on the number line we studied before. Next, order from least to greatest. The first set, guys, for -5, -7, -10. The smallest one, guys, is -10. Followed by -7, followed by -5. The greatest one is the positive one, which is 4. Next, 0, -1, -4, -3, which number here is the smallest. The smallest one is -4. Why? Because all these numbers 0, -1, -3 are lying at the right of -4. So we will start with -4. Now followed by -3. Followed by -1, and 0 here is the greatest one, and we studied before that 0 is greatest or is greater than any negative integer. Next, 5, -1, -5, 0. The greatest one is 5, and we have here the smallest one, guys, is -5, followed by -1, followed by 0, followed by 5 is the greatest one. Next set, guys, -1, -11, 0, -10. Now the smallest one is -11. Followed by -10, followed by -1, and the greatest one is 0. Next set, -1, 7, -4, 8. The smallest one is -4, followed by -1, followed by, guys, 7. The greatest one is 8. Finally, we have -20, 1, -3, 8. The smallest one is -20, followed by -3, followed by what, guys? 1, and the greatest one is 8. Finally, we have an exercise you can try to solve by yourself.